Hello and welcome back to the Dave Does Detailing YouTube channel. Now we've got something a little bit different in store for us today, and we're actually on the inside of the M4, and over the last few weeks I've picked up a few little carbon bits because unfortunately the car that I've got was not blessed with the carbon interior that comes with M4s. So what I've picked up is a carbon fibre handbrake lever, which we're going to install, and a little kind of carbon cover for the gear selector. We'll just we're going to have a play about with it. We're going to see how we get on, and we're going to see how it looks afterwards. So let's get to it. Right, okay, so first thing that we're going to do is we're going to deal with the handbrake lever. And to do the handbrake lever, what you need is your new handbrake lever, your old handbrake lever. You're going to need a few zip ties, cable ties, whatever you want to call them, and a pair of scissors to get the old clip off. So I'm going to start by unclipping this. So you need to actually take the full boot off to get it. So just clips off, you kind of press it in and it's just clips, and it is pretty straightforward, pretty simple to come off, and it just kind of pulls over the top like so. Okay, so the scissors weren't really working, it was too difficult to get in, so I went and got a Stanley blade, which is actually kind of rusted up a little bit, but it should still be good enough to cut through this zip tie. So there we go, happy days. So zip tie off, or old zip tie off, without inflicting any damage, and that is that off. Happy days. Okay, so to get this off you need to get a little bit wiggly, and there's not a lot of space to do it. So what you need to do, it doesn't just slide off. It's a bit of a pain in the ass, but you need to kind of, so there's, I'm going to show you. If you can see these little clips here, is what it clips in behind, and you need to give it a really good kind of twist and a wiggle at the same time, and then it will just slide straight on off. So, I had visions of my elbow going through the windscreen there when I done that. But so that's the old handbrake lever off, or the handbrake handle off, and then it's just a case of setting up the new one. So, that's my zip ties. So what we're going to do is mock it up. Try not to drop that. Didn't think that was going to come off easily at all there. So kind of mock it up and then push it through just to make sure that I put it on the right way. I've done one of these before on a previous car and ended up being an absolute tit and putting it on completely the wrong way around. So that's on there like that, and then it's great because you've already got the zip tie kind of outline of where the factory one was. So if you just kind of follow the same, essentially the same guide as to where it was located and get it in. So going to pop this on just to kind of help me get it in position. So these are the zip ties that have came with it. Now they're slightly thinner than the OEM zip ties to even get such a thing. So I'll get these in place, situated, and what you want to make sure with these is that the end of the tie there is down at the bottom, because you don't want to have a bulge coming out the top. Hey. So that looks as if it's in a good position, so I'm just going to nick that up nice and tight. I'm going to take my cheap ass scissors and just cut the end off that, like that, and then fold it back over to see how we're looking. So that is us with our carbon fibre on. You can see that there. That's pretty cool. So then it's just a case of sliding it back on and clipping it back into place So I'm hoping that the carbon fibre clips in the same way that the OEM one did. And get this, make sure that the boot of it is clipped properly back into place, nice and solid. And let's see if I need to kind of wiggle this down again. Oh, and that is clipped into place nicely. Make sure that's, yep, not going anywhere. And that is one carbon fibre handbrake lever. Happy days. Okay, so next up what we've got is we've got this little kind of carbon fibre surround to go round the gear selector. And like I said before, it is just a kind of skin, so it will sit nicely on top, just sitting it there. It's a nice fit and it actually gives a really good look to it. So what we're going to do is, I've got some panel wipe. I'm going to spray a microfiber cloth with some panel wipe, and what that's going to do is it's just going to kind of degrease the surface that we're going to be sticking to and make sure that anything that's going to make it not sticky is not going to be on it. So I'm going to open the door because this stuff stinks. Just a couple of sprays is all you need with this, and then wipe over. And the beauty with a panel wipe is it flashes off on its own. Don't need to leave it to cure, it'll flash off. So just a wipe over and then get the dry side of the till and another clean over. Give it a couple of minutes, well, give it a few seconds. I can feel it's dry already. And then this is just 3M tape on this one. So as you can see here, I have peeled off the kind of double-sided sticky tape that it's got on it, just to leave it as. This is really light, it's quite cool. And then, so our surface has been prepped with a panel wipe, and then it's just going to be a case of sticking this on, and then pressing down, just to make sure that it's stuck. You want to hold it for a good minute or so just to make sure that it gets a good bond between the tape and the prepared surface. And then that is what you're left with. Carbon fibre handbrake handle, carbon fibre gear selector surround. So all the parts that I've got today I got from a company called SGCB UK. They do a whole load of carbon fibre parts, and not just for M4s, they also do it for all other kinds of BMWs. They do stuff for Audis and the likes as well, I believe. So if you're interested, go and check out their website, I'll link it down below. They also do a whole host of detailing products as well, so go and check them out. They're very, very diverse in the product range that they stock. I'm going to be doing a little bit more M4 stuff because I've got a few parts on order. So yeah, keep an eye out for that sort of stuff if you're interested in it. And I think next week's video will be back to the regular detailing stuff. So thank you for watching. Like I said, if you liked it, hit that thumbs up. Think about subscribing to the channel, hit that bell notification, all that good stuff. And I'll see you on the next one.